Earth has one moon, which is one more than Venus and Mercury, and one less than Mars. The moon is strange in that it is large when compared to other moons. Most moons are much smaller than the planet that they orbit. There are moons that are larger than our moon, but our moon compared to the Earth is relatively large. The moon's density is 3 times or 3.3 times that of water. It may have an iron core just like the rest of the terrestrial planets. There is gravity on the moon. It is just a lot less than the gravity on Earth. The moon is also littered with craters. It has no atmosphere, and so nothing protects it from the meteoroids that smash into it, creating those impact craters. The surface is also bombarded by really small meteorites that actually end up smoothing out the surface. Impact craters from these meteoroids smashing into the surface of the moon pick up what's called lunar regolith, or it's the moon's soil, and it's sent flying in every direction, and it creates rays, as you can see here, the rays. That's the lunar regolith, which is the moon's soil. And here you can see the different types of lunar surface, which is lunar highlands and the Maria here, this darker area. And we're going to talk about that. The two different types, the Maria and highlands. The Maria, which is Latin for sea, they originally thought it was they were oceans on the moon. It is these are actually dark areas because the lava from the moon, from those craters actually, from the impacts from those meteorites, caused lava to come up to the surface and solidify. And that's why they have a darker appearance than the elevated lunar highlands. Maria formed from those impact craters, and again, it's similar to what happens on Earth. It's the same thing with the lava solidifying into new rock. Highlands are regions of higher elevation that are filled with the evidence of crater impact. So they have all those craters. Highlands have been present, or they had to have been present in order for those impact craters to form. If it was new rock like the Maria, you wouldn't have the craters because craters would have to form on that already existing land. The dark side of the moon, which is the side that we don't see, is covered in impact craters and has no Maria. Here's an image showing you those darker region, the Maria, here, and then the lunar highlands. Rays are, again, lunar regolith that splash when those meteoroids smash into the moon. And here's a little close-up, and you can see that central peak here, which forms when those meteoroids impact. And what happens, that impact, here you can see the ejected lunar regolith that form the rays outside the crater. That central peak is located directly in the center of that crater. Here you can see it throughout that formation. And then the lunar regolith, again, it's just soil that's on the moon. It's the moon's soil. It's a little bit different composition than what we have here on Earth, quite a bit different. It does have igneous rocks because, like we said with the Maria, it is formed from that lava coming up from the interior. They do believe, or well, they know that the lunar surface, those rocks, are very similar to what you would find here on Earth. How did the moon form? So there is the best theory to explain the formation of the moon is that it's called the giant impact, and it has to do with an asteroid slamming into the Earth and breaking off a large chunk of debris. And then that material was orbiting around the Earth and eventually condensed to form the moon.